Hey guys, I don't really do these kinds of videos a lot. I don't know why. I guess I'm going to try to make more of these. I'm standing up for the first time, I think, on this channel at all. Like, all the time I'm either sitting playing the piano or sitting and talking. But I decided today that I'm going to do my top 25 favorite movies. Not all of my favorite movies are mentioned on this list. I just went through my DVD collection and found the movies that I like the most. I know shown in this list will be The Hunger Games and Seven, both movies that I really, really love. Seven is probably number 5 on my list, but I can't. I just lent out my DVD for Seven, and I don't have The Hunger Games on DVD. Alright, I'm going to start now. Number 25 is a movie called Amusement. It's a horror movie, and it's not really known all that much. My brother really, really loves this movie. We watched it on Netflix one time thinking that it'd be weird, and it was actually really, really good. Like, it's a really, really scary and good movie. Another unknown horror movie is Stay Alive, number 24. This movie's about, it's like a haunted video game where if you die in the game, you die in real life. And it looks really, really bad. And it probably is really, really bad. I saw it when I was like 11. But I don't know, it's really good. This is one of the most twisted movies I've ever seen. It's Hostel, Quentin Tarantino's Hostel. This movie is disgusting. Like, do not watch this movie if you're squeamish, because it's just really, really gross. But I love it. Like, I love this movie. It is so messed up. And the second one's really good too. I don't have that one, but that's also really good. Number 20, what are we on, 21? 25, 24, 22. Number 22 is One Missed Call. One Missed Call is really good. Basically what happens is you hear yourself dying in a voicemail, and no matter how many times you try to pick it up, it's always going to be a voicemail, and it tells you what time you're going to die. But it's really good. This is, I'm counting some box sets as one movie, but this is Shrek, the whole story. I love Shrek. I know Shrek gets a lot of, kind of hate on Tumblr, but it's really good. I love the whole... I mean, I haven't seen the fourth one yet, but the first 3 are really good. The second one's my favorite. Number 20 is Mean Girls. This is a really, really outrageously funny movie. And I don't even think guys should be embarrassed for watching this movie because, it's really, really good. Lindsay Lohan, I still love Lindsay Lohan, anything she does. My opinion, this is the best thing she's ever done. And Tina Fey is hilarious, and she wrote the whole movie, and she's in it. So yeah, check that out if you haven't already, which I don't see any reason why you shouldn't have seen it already. Number 19 is 50 First Dates. It's my favorite romantic comedy. This is just a really, really cute movie. I love Adam Sandler, and I love Drew Barrymore. She's really great. It's really good. It's a really sweet movie. And it's funny too, so. Oh, this is the first animated movie on the list. I have a lot of animated movies on this list, but here is number 18. Yeah? Yeah. Lilo and Stitch. I was really, really excited when I got the DVD, because I only got it a couple months ago. And I've always really wanted to watch this movie again, and I love this movie. But no, it's a really good movie. Just kind of check it out. Here's another trilogy that I love. It's the Grudge Trilogy. The first movie is scary, but it is silly. The second movie is my favorite in the series. I think it's really good. Third one wasn't made by the original people that made it, so it's not as good as either of them. I think it's kind of better than the first, and some of the parts are really silly, but all in all, I just really love this series. Alright, I guess we're on 16. Wow. Repo the Genetic Opera. I watched this movie... Actually, I think the first time I heard about this movie was in a preview for The Grudge. On a DVD. They were like, oh, Repo the Genetic Opera. And I'm like, oh, that looks kind of cool. And it's about... a futuristic dystopia where you have to, buy organs or, rent organs, and if you don't pay, then the Repo Man comes and, takes it, and the whole thing is, there's some really, really good music from this movie. If you want one song, Zydrate Anatomy is, the most famous from it. This one's a classic, Monsters, Inc. I would put Monsters University, too, tied with it if I had the DVD, but it hasn't come out yet. But Monsters, Inc. is a really, really cute movie. Pixar is my favorite film company of all time, and this is one of my favorites by them. I feel like Monsters University was definitely funnier than this movie, and I like the characters better in that movie, but, you just can't beat Monsters, Inc. like the original one. But yeah, this movie's really, really good. You probably already have heard of it or seen it. But if you haven't, then go check it out. It's really good. Alright, yeah, we're on 14. This is Hairspray. Hairspray is my favorite movie musical because my favorite musicals are Les Mis and Billy Elliot, but Billy Elliot the musical doesn't have a DVD, and Les Mis I didn't love the movie. Like, it was really good, and I love Hugh Jackman. He's my favorite actor and one of my favorite people in the world, but I don't know, I just didn't love the movie. But this is such a good movie. Like, the casting in this was really good, and the music from Hairspray in general is really, really catchy. Not a lot of people like musicals, which I get, kinda. Like, not a lot of guys like musicals, but it's also really, really funny. So, I don't know what to tell you, but it's really good. This was my favorite movie for, like, a really long time, and I saw it in theaters the weekend it came out. So here's number 13, it's The Hangover. Oh, I forgot a movie. Alright, I guess I'm going to tie this with Step Brothers. Step Brothers and The Hangover are tied for my favorite, for the funniest movies I've ever seen, because this movie makes me laugh so hard. I haven't seen this in a couple of years. I really need to watch it again. Alright, my favorite author, or one of my favorite authors, is Stephen King. A lot of his books have been turned into movies, and this is my favorite. I know there are a lot of better ones, but 1408 is number 12. Yeah, but this movie's just really, really good. There are, like, 2 characters in the whole movie. Well, practically. There are, like, other smaller characters. But it's John Cusack and Samuel Jackson. I think it's him, yeah? Yeah, Samuel Jackson. And, I mean, there's, like, a little girl and the wife and then a couple other small characters. But I love Stephen King. I read Misery, and it's amazing. I don't have the DVD for Misery. But I just really, really love Stephen King. I think he's great. This is a classic trilogy. It's the Toy Story Trilogy. My favorite in the series is Toy Story 3. I just watched all 3 of them again a couple months ago, like maybe a year ago. But I just love the entire trilogy. I really hope they don't make Toy Story 4. I mean, as much as Pixar is phenomenal, I just really don't want them to do that. But yeah, Toy Story Trilogy. This box set's really cool. Alright, I guess we're going on my top 10 now. I mean, besides 7, which is like number 5, but Forgetting Sarah Marshall. I don't really count this as a romantic comedy, which I guess it is, but it's more of just a comedy to me, and it's just a really, really, really funny movie, and it's really sweet. So yeah, just go check this movie out. It's really good. I love it. God, I'm sorry if I'm like awkward talking to a camera, but that's just how I am. Alright, this is my favorite Halloween-themed movie ever. It's called Trick or Treat. I think it was released in 2009. It's an anthology film, and anthology films mean that there's like different stories that all tie together, and this is my favorite example of an anthology film. Plus Sam, the little character on the DVD, I don't know if you can see it. He's just a little adorable guy. The only actress I know in this is Anna Paquin. She's from the X-Men movies. But this is a scary anthology movie, and it's just really, really good. You should check it out, especially with Halloween coming up. Number 8 is Pitch Perfect. I saw this movie in theaters, I think like a week after it came out, and I mean, I really wanted to see it because I love music and acapella stuff. And then I saw it, and it was really, really funny. I did not expect this movie to be as funny as it is, but it's so, so funny. The music from this movie is phenomenal. Because it's like mashups, acapella. It's really, really cool. So yeah, check out Pitch Perfect if you haven't already. Alright, this movie I watched. I wanted to see it, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it, so I watched it online, and I loved it. It's Chronicle. It's a beautiful movie. If you can watch this on Blu-ray, check it out on Blu-ray. But it's about these guys that like find a meteor or something, and it gives them like telekinesis powers, and one of them like goes crazy with power. It's so good. But definitely check this movie out. It's really, really good. Alright, number 6 is The Butterfly Effect. I saw this movie when I was like 8 or 9, and I didn't really understand it, but I still liked it. And I watched it last year when I bought it on DVD, and I love this movie. I think, I'm pretty sure that Ashton Kutcher left That 70s Show, like the 8th season of That 70s Show, to do this movie, which I totally give him credit for, because this movie is so good. It's about a guy who can read his journals and go back in time, and like redo moments of his life. That's why it's called The Butterfly Effect, because there's like the whole butterfly effect is if you go back in time and kill a butterfly, it can cause like a tsunami or something like that in the future. Logan Lerman, I think it was one of his earliest movies. He was really small in this movie, and then It mentions 7, actually, but there are some really, really messed up moments of this movie. But I just love this movie a lot. It's really good. We're at our top 5. I have all of these movies on Blu-ray except for one. Alright, number 5 is The Cabin in the Woods. Well, I guess number 5 is 7, but I don't know. I'm just going to consider this number 5 for now. Cabin in the Woods is an amazing movie. Joss Whedon is my favorite director. He did The Avengers, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Firefly, Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along Blog, and I think he wrote this. No. He wrote and produced this movie with Drew Goddard, who directed it. And Chris Hemsworth is in it. And it's so phenomenal. Like, the story of this movie is so original. Probably the most original story of any movie I've ever heard. It's about, like, a group of people who, like, control what happens. And there's a lot of horror movie cliches in this movie, but it's supposed to be, like, horror movie cliches. Like, that's the point. And it's so good. Like, it's a really, really cool take on a horror movie. Number 4, this was my favorite movie for, like, a really long time. Like, I think for 7 months after I saw it in theaters. And this is probably my most anticipated movie to go see in theaters ever. And it's Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph is still one of the best movies I've ever seen to this day. The best movie I've ever seen was probably 7. But this movie is so good. There's also cameos from, like, Bowser from Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, Dr. Eggman, Pac-Man, Qbert. It's just really, really cool. I know the sequel's coming out, and they're going to try to get Mario in it, and that's awesome, because I love Mario. But yeah, this movie's just really, really good. And also, on the DVD, there's the short Paperman, which premiered in front of Wreck-It Ralph, and you can watch that on YouTube. That is absolutely amazing. Like, that is one of the best Disney shorts I've ever seen. You can just Google, or just YouTube it, Paperman short, and it's really, really good. And this movie is just really good, too, so check it out. Alright, top 3. My third favorite movie is Tangled. I love this movie. I guess it's... Oh, this is a movie musical too. Okay. So Hairspray is my second favorite movie musical. I watched this movie out of impulse one day. I was on Netflix, and back before Netflix lost everything with stars, this movie used to be on there. So I watched it, and I loved it. And I think I've seen it 7 times since then. But it's just such a good movie. The music from this movie is amazing. I love every single song from this movie. So yeah, go check Tangled out. It's even if you're a guy, you'll probably still like this movie. Number 2 is Up. Up is adorable. And it's my favorite Pixar movie, and I love Pixar. And I cry 2 or 3 times every time I watch this movie, because it is so... Like, there are just moments that but it's so good. Just go watch this movie. The first 10 minutes will have you crying. It's just an amazing, wonderful movie. Alright, and now my favorite movie of all time is The Ring. I just got this movie on Blu-ray. My friend Emily from Tumblr bought it for me. And, oh god. The first time I saw this movie, I must have been 6 or 7. Yeah, and it really, really scarred me. I was terrified of this movie for the longest time. And then I watched it again when I was 11 and loved it. And then I watched it again last year, and I adored it. It got cut off, so I had to do it again. But there are so many things about this movie that I just love. Ring 2 sucks, because, well, the story of The Ring 2 is really, really good, but the execution of it is bad. The 2 main characters are in it, but not the little girl. Like, they didn't cast Debbie Chase to play Samara Morgan again, so it's not the same. The end scene of The Ring 2 is really good, but, like, that's about it. The short film Rings is on this disc, and that's a really, really good, like, fan-made little short film. But yeah, definitely check out The Ring. It's my favorite movie ever, and I don't think that's going to change for a really long time, because I just really, really love this movie. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's just me talking about movies for, like, 20 minutes. But go... If you want to, like, leave requests for videos I should do, because I want to make more of these. I really, really want to do a British candy video where I buy or people send me candies from the UK and I taste them, because recently I've been watching a lot of videos that were, like, trying American food for the first time, and that's really interesting to me. And I want to do that with the UK food. So, you know, just in the comment section, just leave suggestions for what I should do. Alright, see you guys.